Welcome to Nightborne Whispers, where shadows speak and stories linger. Dim the lights, close your eyes, and let the eerie tales guide you through the mysteries of the night. Are you ready to hear what the darkness has to say? Let the whispers begin.
Welcome back, listeners. Tonight, we've got something truly unsettling for you. A tale that creeps into your mind, slowly unraveling the mystery of the man who waits at the window.
We've all felt it. Eyes on us in the dark, a presence we can't explain. But what if the figure you fear isn't the real danger? Let's begin. Every night, at 3 a.m., I see him. The man who stands outside my window. He never moves, never makes a sound, but he's always there, watching, waiting.
Emma's eyes flick to the window, just as the clock strikes 3. Her breath catches, and there he is again, a shadow, motionless, his face blurred by the dark. But she feels his gaze.
No matter how fast she moves, no matter how desperately she looks, by the time she reaches the window.
He's gone, every time.
For weeks, it's been the same. The shadow appears, then vanishes. Each time she wakes in a sweat, her heartbeat loud in her ears. At first, she tried to ignore it. She thought it was a dream. But then,
It started happening more often, no longer just at 3 a.m. Sometimes she felt him during the day, watching.
but every time she pulled back the curtains, every time she threw the window open, there was nothing. No footprints in the yard. No sign that anyone had ever been there. Yet she knew deep down he was always there. Who are you? Why do you keep coming here?
The days stretch into nights, and the feeling of dread grows heavier. Emma's no longer certain if she's losing her mind. She tries to tell herself it's all in her head, until one night, she makes a decision.
Tonight, she won't rush to the window. No, this time she'll wait. Watch, confront him. She needs to know who or what he is.
The room is dimly lit. The bedside lamp flickers, casting strange shadows on the walls. Emma is wide awake. The minutes drag by, but her determination doesn't waver.
And then, just as the clock strikes 3 a.m., the figure returns, right outside the window, staring, watching, waiting. This time, she's ready.
But as Emma watches him, something changes. The atmosphere in the room shifts. The air grows colder. Her heart races, but she stays still, watching the man outside.
That's when she notices it, his eyes. They aren't looking in at her. No, they're looking past her. They're looking at something behind her.
Emma's breath catches in her throat. Slowly, carefully, she turns her head to look behind her. The room is empty, but the shadows, they seem to twist unnaturally, bending in ways shadows shouldn't.
A chill runs down her spine. That's when it hits her. The man outside wasn't trying to get in. He was trying to keep something from getting out.
Emma freezes, her heart pounding in her chest. The shadows in the room darken, shifting and moving on their own. The air is thick, heavy with a presence she can't explain.
What's happening?
Suddenly, the lights flicker. The darkness in the room feels alive, crawling closer to her. And then she hears it, a low, guttural growl, coming from somewhere in the room. But there's no source, no visible cause for the sound.
Emma backs up against the window, her breath quickening. Her eyes dart around the room, but she can't find the source of the sound. The shadows seem to close in on her. And the man outside, he's still there. But now, he's doing something he's never done before.
He raises, his hand slowly, deliberately, and points, not at her, but at the darkest corner of the room, his finger trembling. Emma's eyes follow his gesture.
And then she sees it, emerging from the shadows. A grotesque shape, twisted and wrong. Its eyes glow faintly, piercing through the darkness, locking onto her.
It wasn't human.
No, this isn't real. It can't be real.
The creature slithers from the shadows, its form constantly shifting, writhing like it's made of pure nightmare. It inches closer. The lights flicker again, and Emma is paralyzed with fear.
The man outside slams his hands against the glass, pounding furiously. The window cracks. The creature lunges at her, and just as the glass shatters,
The figure steps through, no longer just a shadow, his face pale, his eyes glowing with a strange light. He reaches out, grabbing the creature with an inhuman strength, pulling it back into the darkness from where it came.
for the first time, Emma understands. The man outside wasn't the threat. He was her protector, a guardian, trying to keep the creature locked away.
As the figure drags the creature through the shattered window, Emma feels a fleeting sense of relief. The monster is gone. The man outside, her silent guardian, disappears into the night.
But as the wind howls through the broken glass, realization dawns on her. The house. It wasn't just haunted. It was a prison. And whatever had been trapped inside is now free. Emma steps away from the window, her mind racing. Her house, her home, it wasn't safe. It was a cage for something far worse than a ghost. And now that cage is broken.
What has she done? She stares at the dark, twisted corners of the room, where the shadows still move unnaturally, waiting. And then she realizes there was never just one creature. The man outside wasn't just keeping something out. He was keeping something in.
And now, with the window shattered, there's nothing stopping them.
Some things are better left locked away. When the chains are broken, you can never go back.
Thanks for joining us, listeners. Remember, when you feel eyes watching you from the darkness, don't always assume they're out to harm you. Sometimes they're the only thing standing between you and something worse. Until next time, sleep well. You've reached the end of tonight's tale, but the shadows never truly sleep. If you're craving more eerie whispers, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for your next journey into the unknown. Until we meet again, rest well if you dare.